Hey, people out there in the world. Icy times here in Richmond, Virginia. I wanted to give you guys an update on growth dinners. So last night we had our second dinner and we had 6 founders in the room. Yeah, I thought it was great. We had a crazy snowstorm here, so for people to be able to come out was pretty awesome. There was actually a few attendees that had some car issues with the ice, but everybody was safe and everybody made it home safely, so that was a blessing. And yeah, like it just reinforced what I believe is the future of community, especially for founders, operators, just getting around other people in the room and getting feedback. I can't specifically talk about the feedback that was given or that was asked for because that's part of our confidentiality agreement in the room. But it did feel good seeing the evolution of where this started just a few months ago. December was our first dinner, and I'd been marinating on the idea of what to do next after wrapping up my stint with Bootstrap Giants, and doing some webinar stuff as well. I honestly feel like I have a lot of shit going on. And I think probably you feel that way too, maybe if you're a founder. My mentor said I shouldn't talk about what I'm gonna do like before I do it. So I probably won't talk about what I'm doing before I'll do it. I'll probably just keep this to growth dinners. But one thing that's becoming clear to me is that I need a team of good people around me. This has been clear to me, for a while, but coming off of last year, I got really clear about my zone of genius and like where I want to spend a lot of my time. And there's so much happening right now in AI. There's so much happening with IRL events. There's so much happening with like local media. And I want to be able to maximize all of these things. And obviously, like, you can't do it all. So I'm putting it out there in the universe. I'm putting it out there in the ethers that I will start to assemble a team to help me deliver on these things and to help me stay in my zone of genius. And hopefully they get to stay in their zone of genius. Webinar Rev is in full swing. Growth Dinners is in full swing. The type of people that I'm looking for, I would say like my biggest thing is like I'm definitely a visionary. If you think of like the EOS model, visionary integrator, integrators are few and far between in my life. My wife's actually an integrator, and she gets stuff done. But yeah, I don't think she would want to work with me. So integrator type people, like operations, systems, those are the type of folks that I think would be supportive. Growth dinners is still like, it's not profitable. And like, I think I'm cool with that, like for at least for the next, like we have to get to profitability like by the end of this quarter. So that's important for me to continue to put energy and time into it. And I'd obviously like to be able to, pay people for their time. But like I also believe that like if people see the vision and they want to build with me, then like that's like secondary. Obviously, you got to survive to make a living, right? And I'm not telling people to stop doing what they're doing for a living. But I think like the skills that I've built over the last 15, 20 years, it's super valuable to like somebody who's younger, and maybe less experienced and who wants to work with a founder who like has been in the trenches and knows his stuff. Even people who are like more senior and they're like, hey, like I see the vision of what you're building and I just want to like I still want to have my thing, but I want to support you. And then like as things grow, I'd like to come in and be a part of your team, and get compensated for that. So that's something I'm working through. Like, how do you like build something when it's has no money, but you're like running on pure belief and ambition that it will work. I think it'll work. I still believe that it will work, but I can't obviously do it all. I mean, I could, but that's like would be doing what I always do, and I don't want to do that. And then I'm probably going off on a tangent now, but yeah, I do have some people that have already raised their hand. Um, One person in particular um, who's raised their hand and said, "Hey, I want to come build with you. I want to come support, and still like be in my full time thing," which I thought was pretty cool. A young guy, up in Connecticut, up in the Northeast. Griffin, shout out to Griffin. He's already helping us, do some stuff on the back end and build out some stuff like GTM wise. A young hustler guy, Scrappy, we met in New York. He was at one of my events that I was doing for Bootstrap Giants last year. Sharp young guy. Operationally, I think he's pretty sharp too. He's also I don't is he an integrator? We'll see. He might lean more visionary and ops, but I think he's definitely an ideas guy. But I think he'll be a great addition to the team. Ethan's here in Richmond. We've been talking about figuring out where he could support. That's still a conversation that we're having. He's full time in a role, and doing well in that. So, yeah, I need help building this fucking thing. This is not a solo project. I can tell you that. And I also like want to build other stuff simultaneously. Like some people are like focused on one thing. I don't know if that's good advice for everybody. I think like maybe it'll get to a point where it's like it demands 100% of my focus, and like I have to do that begrudgingly. But I'm very contrarian, like to the point of, when my friends were like focusing on their careers, I was actually focusing on optimizing for curiosity early on in my late 20s, early 30s. So I don't know where I'm going with that. Basically, I think I'm just telling you more so that I don't think there's a one size fits all, especially when it comes to entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs and founders are like we're a very weird bunch. We definitely do not fit into like the mold at all. And I I think when we try to do that, like it creates dissidence for us. And it's always been very hard for me to like stick to one thing. And like I think that's part of my genius, right? I can go and like ship things quickly, But like when it comes to the infrastructure and managing those things, that's like the part that like I'm not good at all. So I want to continue to do that versus like going against myself and continue to build with great people. Some of the funnest things I've worked on have been just like me with other people building, and a previous venture that I was in with two co-founders. They still run that company. That was such a fun experience, and so yeah, it's being a solo founder is not fun. It's fucking hard, but yeah, I think there's an opportunity to collaborate with great people, and yeah, so putting it out there, sharing an update on growth dinners. We got some cool stuff coming up. We'll be doing another dinner in February. We are building V1 of our community, like our community outside of dinners, so that's exciting. What else? It's cold here. Don't come to Richmond until the ice melts. And if you are in the Northeast, please be safe. Please have water and all that kind of stuff in case your power goes out. And talk to you guys soon at some point. Peace.